Hey everyone, it is that ENE Gamer, and we're back, folks, with another episode on the channel. But today's episode is going to be a bit different. If you guys didn't know already, WWE 2K23 is releasing this Wednesday. It's a very short time away, folks, and I've pre-ordered the game, and it is on its way right now. Now you're probably wondering, Eben, what does this got to do with anything? Well, if you guys didn't know already, I love WWE games, obviously. But since, when I get that game, I'm going to be making tons of content on my channel. And yeah, I'm planning on doing a whole lot of great stuff on it. It's going to be good. Including My Rise, and we're going to be playing as... Actually, wait, can't spoil it yet, because, folks, today we're going to be reviewing everything I know gameplay about WWE 2K23. Huge shout out to the YouTubers like Macho T, Brandon Does Everything, Murphs, and a whole bunch of other YouTubers on the channel for a lot of the gameplay content you're going to be seeing in today's episode. Huge shout out to them for all this content you'll be seeing on screen. But without further ado, guys, here's the review for WWE 2K23. In today's episode, guys, we're going to be dividing this review up into 3 sections: gameplay, graphics, and modes. And we're going to be comparing them with all of the different things in WWE 2K22, okay? That's what's going to be happening. Now, first up, we're going to be looking at gameplay for WWE 2K23. Now, for the gameplay aspect of WWE 2K23, not a whole lot has changed. The kick-out system is changed now from rapidly pressing the X button to a type of timer system like it was back in WWE 2K14, WWE 2K15, as well as older type of games. The gameplay system is also going to be different, with also some new features added to WWE 2K23. We're going to be taking you through all of them. First and foremost, there is a brand new WWE match type in WWE 2K23, and that is War Games. For those of you that don't know what War Games is, it is a double ring match with like a conjoined steel cage surrounding the entire ring. Now, every 5 minutes, and 2 opponents will start in the ring at the same time. They will both have a team of 3, so they will have 2 team members, like on each team, stuck on the outside of the cage, locked in shark cages. Every 5 minutes, one of them would be released and help add into the War Games. Now, the War Games don't actually begin until all other 2 members from each team are in the War Games match. There's no rules, which means extreme rules. There's anything that can go in it. It's a war zone. That is new, along with a couple other new features added to it. We're next heading off to the Royal Rumble to check out a new feature. Now, this second new feature which we're talking about is the new feature that many people have been asking for years about, and that is factions not fighting each other in the Royal Rumble. Basically, what I'm saying, if 2 team members from a tag team, which are like made a tag team and they're friendly towards each other, they won't fight each other unless one of them hits the other, or it comes down to the final 2 or final 3. Other than that, they will team up for the entire Royal Rumble, which gives me a couple new content ideas, which I'm going to be doing, actually. It's going to be fun. This is a feature that has been asked for many years, but it has finally made its way to 2K, and I'm so excited it's going to be in here. The next feature is in the backstage area. In the backstage brawls, which are only one-on-one, there are new features that you can do in it. For instance, you can now use the car hood and car doors backstage to either slam your opponent's head with the hood or with the door, and you can even throw them into a spotlight. Back at the Backlash 2009 pay-per-view, when Big Show chokeslammed John Cena into a big spotlight. It makes the Extreme Rules factor more realistic in backstage brawls, and it adds that new concept which WWE games recently have been lacking. The next feature in the gameplay mode, let's head on over to entrances now. So there are two more features that I want to talk about that are in WWE 2K23. For instance, advanced entrances are back in WWE 2K23 as they've been excluded from WWE 2K22. For those of you that don't know what advanced entrances are, that means you can create your own entrance actually. Add as much pyro as your human desires want to in your entrance in it, and just make it as cool as possible. And our last and final new feature in WWE 2K23, and the final and last new feature in WWE 2K23 comes in the form of double title entrances. That's right, now there are official double title entrances in WWE 2K23 that you can add to your character, which means if you hold two titles, you will come out with them, which WWE games have been lacking ever since WWE 2K14 that came out in 2013. Many people have wanted the double title entrances back in WWE, and everyone is excited that they're finally going to get it. Moving on from the features part of the gameplay part, we also have some new superstars added into the game. For example, Omos is an official member of it. A lot of other official people are in it. With the Icon Edition, you get so many different types of WWE superstars that you can choose from, like different deluxe editions, including the Season Pass. Also, you can get that with the Deluxe Edition. You get different John Cena types in there as well. Which that also reminds me, Cody Rhodes is in the game back ever since his disappearance from WWE 2K17 as Stardust. Now folks, let's move on to the graphics part of this. The graphics in WWE 2K23 look phenomenal. They went all out this year once again, much like WWE 2K22. The graphics have been upvamped to make it have more realistic skin textures, and even if you're creating your own character now in the create a character suite, they've also added some new things in that which make the skin texture look so much more realistic. They've really upped the ante this year on textures and graphics. Realistic hair graphics has also been upvamped. Many of you can remember WWE 2K20, which hair physics has been discreditized as being some of the worst hair graphics they've ever seen in a game before. It was even a meme at one point. This is just an example of some amazing graphical designs and features on WWE 2K23, which I cannot wait for. Not to mention, they've also made the arenas a lot more updated now, so they look a bit better now, and they've also made better crowd physics as well to make them more interactable. Now that we are off from the graphics part, we can now move on to the modes part. Now, if you didn't know, there are 4 modes in WWE 2K23. There's Showcase, Universe Mode, My Rise Mode, and GM Mode in this year's game. Let's talk about Showcase Mode right now. The Showcase Mode right now, as you know, is going to be John Cena, as he is the cover star of WWE 2K23 this year, which means we are going to be in the Showcase Mode this year. However, there is a different aspect of the Showcase Mode this year, as we will not be playing as John Cena against all these different opponents. We will be playing against many WWE wrestlers who have defeated John Cena, which is going to turn this Showcase Mode very interesting, despite many of the match types that will be available in it. Some of these might be early Randy Orton, and a couple of these will have John Cena leading up from when he first made his entrance into the WWE all the way up until today. Next up, we have Universe Mode. Universe Mode has been revamped with new rivalry updates, which now means you can choose examples and different endings to rivalries, with many ways being if you can determine a number 1 contenders match, and even determine on how contenders work, and even the WWE Superstars goals in the Universe Mode. It makes it so much more realistic, and it's going to make Universe Mode a whole lot more fun. However, there is one fault from Universe Mode which I'm still sad about. They have discluded promos once again from the Universe Mode. Ever since WWE 2K20, they have discluded the promo system in the WWE games, and I feel like it's really starting to become lacking towards the WWE games. Although, though, I am very excited to play WWE 2K23 this year, not trying to discredit anything going on with them. Now we can head on to My Rise modes. This year's My Rise mode once again features one woman's and one men's My Rise, so it's different, like, male/female storylines, as you see here. Let's take a look at the females' My Rise first. The female My Rise story follows you as an upcoming rising wrestler who's also being trained by, I forget her name, who was a wrestler in the Ruthless Aggression era. Now growing up in her legacy boots, you gotta face the same goals as she did as your from your aunt's goals, and try and see if you can conquer WWE just like she did back in the Ruthless Aggression era. There's one part of the showcase mode which I did get to see, which you actually get to see a lot of cool, interesting details of the Ruthless Aggression era backstage as your aunt, well, in the storyline, goes up to face Mickie James. Or was it Mickie James? I think it was Mickie James. Now let's head on to the men's My Rise. In this My Rise mode, you will be playing as a wrestler named The Lock in it. Basically a wrestler who originates from a vault for some reason, who makes his debut into the WWE after everyone knows his name, but they change it to The Lock. That's really realistic with Vince's creative controls. Now, a cool factor in this WWE game is you don't have to work your way through a performance center like most WWE games when you start off as. You immediately get put in a vignette where it like hypes your upcoming inevitable debut to Monday Night Raw. When you do debut on Monday Night Raw, you defeat Sami Zayn. This launches a rivalry between the two as you, and the help of a couple other superstars, work your way up through WWE. And that is My Rise. And that is the My Rise mode. Now we head on to GM mode, where most of the things in GM mode have stayed the same a lot, except for the fact more titles have been added, and with the addition of WCW promotion has been added to WWE 2K23, which I'm really excited about. And Eric Bischoff is now like an option to become a GM in the game. And that is all the modes we've got so far for WWE 2K23 My Rise mode. Other than that, the game is set to release on Wednesday, March 14th, if you have pre-ordered the game for the Deluxe Edition or the Icon Edition. If you pre-ordered it, you get the Bad Bunny wrestler as well, or the rapper, don't know if you've ever heard of him before. If you pre-ordered the regular WWE 2K23 game, it will be coming out March 17th for you. But I pre-ordered the Deluxe Edition, so I'll be able to play it on March 14th. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of this detailed, nice explanation of the upcoming game, WWE 2K23, and I'm so ready, guys, to play it on this channel and create new content for you guys. So please hit that subscribe, like, and comment, and hit that bell notifications button so you never miss another episode on my YouTube channel. But that was it, guys, for this episode of reviewing WWE 2K23. I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Bye-bye.